If you're looking for a hair growth product that will give you instant results, this is the video for you. Today we are talking about flaxseed for hair growth. So flaxseed, also known as flax, is a plant that is widely available all over the world and has been used for years for different things, for hair, for skin, for health, for body. It's high fiber, it's rich in antioxidants. Like castor oil, flaxseed is going viral again. A lot of people are using it on the face. People are calling it Botox for the face, but it's also been used for years for hair with so many different kinds of benefits. So we're going straight into those if you're considering using flaxseed. So today we're going to be focusing on the flaxseed gel that you can make by yourself, but let's get into the reasons why you want to use it before we get into how to make it. It's full of vital ingredients and nutrients for your hair, like protein, which is a very major ingredient we need for our hair because our hair is like 90% or more of protein in the form of keratin. So anything that's high in protein and readily available for our hair is a really good product. It also has other nutrients like omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, vitamin E, other bioactive compounds, vitamin B, magnesium, selenium, and even more. So the way flaxseed gel can help your hair get longer and nourish your follicles and make your hair look fuller and healthier and thicker is by providing nourishment to not only the hair shaft but also your hair follicles. The presence of the vitamin E in the flaxseed gel is what actually helps prevent any free radical damage, which is usually one of the culprits in your hair looking dull, less shiny, and also early graying. So this is actually really good for the hair. Now, a very popular use of flaxseed gel is as a styler. You can use it to define your curls, and everybody loves how it really perfectly clumps the curls together, and it basically works like your regular hair gel, except it is 100% natural with way more benefits for your hair. A lot of naturals actually prefer to use flaxseed gel compared to other conventional gels like Eco Styler gel or Wetline Extreme, and that's because a lot of those other gels can contain alcohols in them and just other scents included and maybe ingredients that your hair might not like. It can leave your hair feeling very dry, and with the flaxseed it doesn't make that extremely hard cast like other gels do, and it just has way more benefits while it's really defining your hair. But also because it holds the curls together, it equals to more shine, less frizz, and this is where the instant results come in. You don't have to wait and use this like a deep conditioner and say, okay, maybe by the 5th time I use this I'm gonna see transformative results. No, this is like instant. The moment you put it in your hair, if your hair likes it, of course, not everything works for every single person, but if your hair likes it, it should make your hair nice and smooth and shiny and very healthy looking instantly. Another thing flaxseed is amazing at is not only improving the shine, but the elasticity of your hair. And this is not very talked about as much, but I personally love when products increase the elasticity in your hair, which is also increasing the hydration in your hair. This is because if your hair has a higher elasticity, it means it is less prone to breakage. Think about a rubber band. When you get a nice fresh rubber band, it is very stretchy and you can stretch it, or even just a hair tie. You can stretch it as much as possible and it's not gonna snap. But if it's been maybe a little bit of oil sat on it and it's been sitting in a place for a really long time and it sort of gets like a little crusty and brittle, if you just stretch it a little bit, it instantly snaps, even though it's still a rubber band. So that's what you want for your hair. You don't want it to be stretchy to the point where it's like hydro fatigue, of course. But the stretchier it is in a healthy range, the better, because you have way less breakage. The vitamins and nutrients in flaxseed can also help prevent hair loss and also promote hair growth, which is what we want. We want longer, fuller, healthier hair. I know my hair is not down today, but it is in a hair tie. It is in a protective style. As you know, this is the year of protective styling, a year of the stretch. I can't wait to blow out my hair for my next hairstyle, but we'll talk about that more. Let's get back to the flaxseed. Now let's talk about how to make it. Flaxseed gel is actually extremely easy to make, and I will not be personally doing the demos in here, and I'll get into that later, but I will explain how to make it. All you need to do is boil the flaxseed until it comes to a boil, and then you're going to leave it. You're going to cook the flaxseed on like medium to high heat, a little closer to the higher heat. All you need to do is let it boil for about 10 minutes, and you'll be able to tell because as you mix it up, it will start to become even more slimy, and the more you move it around, it will start to get thicker. And then once that's done and it's like, let's say about 50% to the thickness that you'd like, you can turn it off and leave it on the hot plate and just let it cool and set while the flaxseed are still in it. A lot of people say like, oh, it's so much smarter to just strain it while it's hot, because then you can get all the seeds out without having to struggle to push the product through a cheesecloth or tights or whatever you use to strain it. But the thing is, the seeds actually help it get thicker as it sits. So it's best to just leave the seeds to sit in there. But if you don't want to do the straining and you don't mind it getting as thick as you want, of course, you can just strain it before using something like a sieve and it will easily pass through. So once that's set and it's ready, then you want to get the gel together with the seeds in some kind of a cheesecloth or tights or whatever you want to use to strain it, and then just squeeze it all into a jar and it's good to go. It's directly ready for use immediately. But this is not like rosemary oil or other things. You have to store it in the fridge or else it will go bad. And from what I've seen, 2 weeks in the fridge is usually the maximum. You can probably go a bit beyond that, but if you want to be safe, 2 weeks will be the safe bet to keep it in the fridge. So figure out how much you need and how much you would use within 2 weeks, and then just make that amount so that you're not wasting. I may have shown this in the demo. Ooh, my eyes are watering. But the ideal proportions from what I've seen, the ideal measurements are 2 cups of water with 1/3 of a cup of flax seeds, and that's enough. So it's very cost effective. So let's talk about the most popular ways to use flaxseed gel aside from just using it as a styling product. You can also use flaxseed gel as a hair mask. So if you don't want to leave it in your hair, you can do it as a hair mask, but more of a pre-shampoo hair mask. So you can put it on dirty hair. Of course, not like completely dirty hair that you haven't washed in like a month, but like, you know, a week old dirty hair. You can put this all over your hair. You can get out all the shed hairs. You can leave this to sit on your hair for 30 minutes to an hour and then go and wash your hair and just proceed with however you wash your hair as normal, and it will just add that little extra step of softness, nourishment, and shine to your hair. And then, like I said, because it is a very good detangler, because it is super slippery and slimy, you can use it in the shower as a detangler. So if you detangle your hair before shampooing or after shampooing, whatever, while your hair is wet, when you're trying to detangle and do that, the stage where you'd most likely use a detangler, conditioner that has a lot of slip, you can go ahead and just use the flaxseed gel instead, and it will just let those tangles glide right out of your hair, and then you can continue with your wash day as normal. Now, the question that most of you are asking is, am I going to be using flaxseed gel? Have I used it before? How often will I be using it? Am I going to share my results? Here's the answer. The answer is no. Because the purpose of this channel is for me to find things that are amazing, that work for so many different people, and sometimes they might not work for other people. Now, flaxseed gel doesn't work for me, and it's not because it is not an amazing product or an amazing thing you can use in your hair. It is because I cannot personally stand anything slimy, okay? So let's get into the reasons why I will not be using this. One, and the most 90% of the reason, is because it's slimy. The second part of the reason also has to do with the fact that it's slimy, but this is that I only use products in my hair, especially if I'm trying a new product. I will only use it if I can be consistent with it. If I can't be consistent, it means I won't see the results, right? So using something like this, if I want to use it for the nourishing benefits and stuff like that, I would have to use this for a good 3 months to see if it actually truly helps my hair. There is no way I'm actually going to be using flaxseed gel in my hair for 3 months because I can't stand the slime. Now, if you told me that if I put flaxseed in my hair overnight one time and it would give me like 5 inches of new growth, I would absolutely do it. I still probably wouldn't touch it. I would pay my sister to make it. I would tell her how to make it. She could make it at my house. I could show her how to do the whole process, and then I would pay her to put it in my hair and rinse it out because I don't want to touch it. And this is the same reason why I couldn't use aloe vera gel. I tried it once. I didn't like the slime. It's not as bad as flaxseed. However, on top of me not liking the slimy texture, I also had an allergic reaction, and a lot of people are like, yeah, you need to turn it upside down and like put it in water to let the latex ingredient pour out. And I'm like, listen, that's too much work. I would rather buy a product that's just already got like 90% of aloe vera in it. So am I going to be using flaxseed in other ways? Absolutely. If there's an oil that contains flaxseed oil, if there's a hair product that contains flaxseed gel, I know it is an amazing ingredient and I will absolutely use it like that. So this just goes to show that just because something is an amazing product and it works for a bunch of people doesn't mean it works for you. I personally love rosemary oil. Some people are allergic to rosemary oil. So if you don't use it, if you don't want to use it, that is perfectly fine. But let me know, have you tried flaxseed gel before or flaxseed in any form for your hair? Did it work? Did it not work? Do you like it? Let me know in the comment section below. If you want more videos like this and more videos about DIYs that I like, that I don't like, but I want to share, hit my face right there to subscribe if you didn't in the beginning. Watch this video right here to see how I make my favorite oil mix, and this is the oil mix I'll be using for the entire year or different variations of it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!